everyone is doing good. I don't know where the earphones are gone. So let's see. Can we kick in? Have a chat with you. See what's happening. Just apologise for the first 15 seconds of the live because I'm going to find my earphones for a few minutes. So I'm feeling quite happy. I'm feeling quite relieved, like most Celtic fans are tonight, after the 3 points in the bag, after the 2.5 weeks of absolute misery we've gone through. But we're getting there. Step in the right direction. I hope people can join on tonight. Voices their opinions. Hobbies like the 40 club in the back as well. So I'll pop on tonight and see what's happening. See how it's all going down. 3 points, 3 goals, and Kieran Tierney, Benjamin Negrin, and James E. Forrest come up with the goals tonight. And it's a shame that we did concede to a 10-man Aberdeen side, but this could have been a live tonight where I could have been completely moaning, absolute going mad about. It could have been 5 defeats in a row. It could have been 2 points dropped at home, but it's 3 points. Is Nanball on the way forward? Look, I've been very critical of the manager. I've been critical of the appointment of Wilfred Nancy from the Celtic board. I've been vocal about Paul Tisdale's position in the club. I don't think he's up to the standards. I think his qualifications of working at Exeter City, the Celtic Football Club, is a completely different level. And the way we played on the pitch today, I treated the back. I thought Kieran Tierney was outstanding. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. I just want to make sure that all the messages are visible. So please let me know in the comments below. You can hear me. You can hear what I'm saying. You can see me. And how are you feeling? Are you feeling relieved? Or is this just covering over the cracks? Let me know. Let me know. Because we have 3 big games coming up. 2 away games in a row against Livingston and Motherwell. And let's be honest, Motherwell are flying this season. Livy, look, they're the favourites to be relegated, but they're in a relegation battle. They want to obviously get out of it and go into the Tony Macaroni Stadium. That's what I call it. I always call it the Macaroni. I know it's a different name now. It's going to be a difficult task. And if Wilfred Nancy wants to prove the doubt was wrong, like myself and a lot of the Celtic supporters, he has to win games. Simple as. It's a results business. And I thought he got reaction of the players. I thought, we had a lot of chances on target. Their keeper pulled off some good saves. We hit the woodwork a couple of times today as well. But it looks like Liam Scales is frozen out of the squad. Big time. There's no comments coming through. Let me know if you can hear me. I want to know. There's no point in me sitting here on YouTube live and there's 8 years watching. There's nothing coming through. I want to see if can we see the comments? Can we see the messages? Please comment below because I don't know if I rotate this around. No, rotate back. Operation ain't working. There we go. There's a comment in there from South Armagh and Cross McGlynn. How's it going, Aidan? I hope you're really doing well. I hope you're feeling a bit more optimistic. It's a big sign of relief. I was talking to someone earlier on about the game, and he said to me, he goes, "How are you feeling? I follow you." And I was like, "Mate, we're not home and dry anytime soon." Yeah, it's a big 3 points today, and yeah, there was a stage in the game where Celtic looked like they were going to drop 2 points, and Aberdeen got sloppy back into it. But look, it's great to get 3 points. It feels like it's been a really, really difficult 2.5 weeks of being a Celtic supporter, but you're gonna love your club. You're gonna love this club, the ups and downs. And if I know it sounds very fickle as a football fan to be Nancy out, and I still truly believe he is not the man. The only way he will win me over is winning football games. And yes, we really have a crop of players there. Some of them are just not fit for the shirt. Some of them are just not good enough to play. Some of them have dropped the tools. But the ones that do want to play, the ones that want to make a difference. Like I think Daisy Maeda looked brilliant today. He looked like he was up for it. But the question is, Johnny Kenny. I don't think Johnny. Look, we don't have much resources up front. Johnny Kenny has just looked is literally his confidence has been drained out of him since Martin O'Neill left. And Martin O'Neill gave him a real important exchange of words in that dressing room, which was on Celtic TV. You know, praising him and stuff like that. It's crazy to think that we have a guy that just can't not do it. But yet he done it in a derby semi final. He done it for us under Martin O'Neill, but you just can't do it under Wilfred Nancy. And some people might say, have a bit of patience, time will come, but we are getting the firepower from Jamesy Forrest. A lot of people have been very critical over Jamesy's career, especially in recent times. But you look at Jamesy stepped up today. He's a one of the senior players in the squad. He's one of them leaders behind the scenes. Yeah, he comes across as a very quiet, humble guy, but he loves Celtic as much than you. He's had his opportunity of walking his way in through the academy to get that senior call up, and then making that senior debut against Motherwell and scoring in his debut, and then look at 17 years on, he's at the scoring against Aberdeen. Just want to look at his comment here. Good to see you in, Lee Douglas McDonald. Great 3 points. Future says great to hear from you. Folks, if you can do me a favour, there's 9 years in. Just press the thumbs up button. Thumbs up button be appreciated. All I can ask is a thumbs up. It helps me algorithm. It helps me build a bit of confidence in myself as well. There's a button there if you can do it, it'd be appreciated. So Peter says, hi Keith, keep it up, the good work. Robin doesn't make Christmas. See, we were after the Sefco game. Don't trust this manager, and the keeper needs to go to hell. Sansalo and goals, 100%. 100%. Look, the only way this manager is going to win fans over is by winning games. As I said, I've been very open and honest about it. I don't like the way he speaks in press conferences. I don't like the way he conducts himself. Even when we scored today, see the first 2 goals. Didn't look like he was really enjoying the celebration. Kasper Schmeichel's done. Kasper Schmeichel's been done since the Scottish Cup final. And yes, he still maintains the number 1 jersey. Still maintains getting ahead of Sansalo. We can play Doolan in there, or we can play Sansalo. And we've seen that Sansalo is a decent keeper. He played 8 games last season. Had a couple of clean sheets. He looks more vocal. Looks like he's more energy in him. He's much younger than Kasper Schmeichel. You got to change it around. And I've been told by a podcast from Ohio that knows Wilfred Nancy quite well that he's not afraid to take chances. He'll bring reserve players in if he feels the players have shown it in training. But I will say Callum McGregor really needs to step up to the plate. Yeah, we got the 3 points today. Well done. But Callum McGregor, is his head turned with Saudi Arabia links? Has his head been torn? This is why we're not turning up. This ethos of football, if you want to call it ethos of football, it will either make or break over the next 3 or 4 games. And we can't afford to be dropping points away to Livingston. We can't afford to be dropping points away to Motherwell. We can't afford to. Hearts won today against Rangers. It's still 6 points in it. We have to play them twice. We have to play them on the 24th of January, and then we'll play them after the post split. And that 6 points could be back again. But at the same time, we got to think of what we're doing as a team. We got to think of, are we moving in the right direction? Is this just covering the cracks? Is it just covering the cracks because we beat a team was down to 10 men? Let's be honest with ourselves. Or is it just a simple case you say to yourself tonight, Keith, shut up, 3 points, move on to Livy. Let me know. Let me know. Your voice is important, your comments important, your interactions important. Hail, hail. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling a bit relief, and I watched the majority of the game on my phone today. I was out and about. And I'm saying to myself, right, we're we're winning 1-0, they're down to 10 men. If we fuck this up, how bad are we at home? And there was a good few empty seats today at Celtic Park, by the way. I don't know if that was just down to because it's close to Christmas. People are busy, traffic disruption. I don't really know. But what the most important thing is, every fan that was there were there to support the team. And I just feel like, I'm gonna say this as a football fan. These players, you need to be patient with them. And what I mean, you need to be patient with them. Just in games where a player mistrays the pass, we're always quick enough to slate a player. Oh, for God's sake, why is he doing that? Why he's bloody shy? They're human beings. They make mistakes, and it's about how they come back. It's about how they come back, you know. Um, Daniel says, Keith, we need to get January boy smart. 100%. Nancy isn't going nowhere. We're not like the only team paying three at the back defence, and other teams have proper wing backs. Look at Man U do it. I know Amaron hasn't been completely fresh, but like there is teams playing three at the back, and you know some managers are stubborn that want to play that style. But I thought Trusty was brilliant today. Daniel, I thought Trusty played really well. I thought Tierney was really effective. You could see that these guys are starting to buy into it, but they can buy into it. They can have 31 chances on target and hit the frame so many times. What's most important is getting the fucking win. And I think it's not going to be easy on the eye, as we seen earlier on. It's not easy on the eye when you're losing to St. Mirren in the cup final, and when you're getting beaten by Hearts. We need to learn from these mistakes. We need to learn from the error today, what Kasper done. Even when in the cup final when he flapped for the second goal. Oh, God. Folks, I'm not trying to bring down the mood in any shape or form, but we got to look at this. We need to start. You need to start learning from these mistakes and start rehearsing this stuff on the training grounds. Now, the positive, what I will say, this will give some fans optimism. He will have 5 days to work with the players now in training. Fair enough, Christmas, whatever, Boxing Day, Stevens' Day will be in there. But it means that he has 5 players now to work hard, sit down, have a chat, get in the field and work hard. He keeps saying that he sees it all the time in training. Actions speak louder than words. He got over the line today against a 10-man Aberdeen. But can he get over the line against 11-man Livingston? Can he get over the line against a really good in-form Motherwell? And can he get over the line if he beats Rangers and we go on this like 4 games unbeaten run? I think a lot of fans will start getting on the gravy train. I won't be getting on the gravy train after 4 wins. I still believe that it's going to take a lot for him to win me over. And that's me being a stubborn cow about it. As much as I call him stubborn, I am stubborn about him because I feel he got out of jail today. Even though we played some really good football. But it's the result. It's the result. He got out of jail with the result today. Because if we lost today, let's be honest, I'll be on this podcast screaming the hills down, get rid of him. You know, I put up an Instagram post earlier on just to see what the reaction was. And I did comment under it. I did write under saying, folks, it's only 1 win. Don't get carried away. I put on it saying, no Nancy, no party. Like that flag there, no Scotland, no party. No Nancy, no party. I was cringing, but like, I'm not jumping on any Nancy train just yet, folks. It's going to take a long time. So, Stevie says, Keith, does he get the chop with a draw at Livingston? No, he won't get the chop. He won't get the chop. Folks, there's 16 years in. Could you just give me a thumbs up? A thumbs up on the video. Be really appreciated. Now look at people have unsubscribed over the last couple of days. I don't really care if I lose subscribers because I know for down the line I'll gain a subscriber. For one that's gone, I could get 2 new. It's not all about subscribers with me. It's about interaction. It's about interaction with you. It's about honesty. It's about showing passion. And it's all about trying to break it down and trying to be, you know, realistic about what I'm saying, you know? Sean, good to see you in. Great to see you in the other night. We had a good chat on the podcast. I thought some points were really good. Good to see you back in. I am delighted for Wilfred, even though I'm still believe he's breaking me heart. Still believe that he has a lot to make up for. Even though he came out today in his post match reaction and he said, "Look, I wanted to come in this time, around this time, and so I can assess the squad going into the window, all this blah, blah, blah." But when you lose a cup final, when you lose against your title contenders at home, it's very hard to get over that. It's very hard to flush that and get that out of your head. But if the board are going to back him in this window, and the board want to keep him on, and they've came out and said it on in a video. Let's see if they have got the man to bring us in the right direction. Because I'll be honest, there's still a lot of us are still skeptic about it. Very skeptic. Livy's going to be hard. Livy is going to be hard. That plastic pitch, he should be used to having teams set up on these plastic pitches. Obviously, in the MLS, a lot of the pitches are plastic. But look at, it's a different score of football. It's a different style of football, different league. I won't be playing Kieran Tierney at Livy, folks. And I know we don't really have much options on that left back. You could play Scales there. Srirachi's still out. I don't know how long Srirachi's out till. Does anyone have an indication in the comments? Thanks very much for the likes as well. We're up to 8 likes. Another like will go down well. There's a share button there. Get the comments in. Tell me how you're feeling. Good to see Anthony Green in as well. Fantastic to see you in, Anthony. Really, really good. This is nothing to do with football. I done a podcast on Friday night with a friend of mine called Paul Green. Big shout out to Paul. Paul has a mental health podcast called the Green Rise podcast. No, the Sunrise podcast, sorry. And I had a really good chat about, mental health in sports, talking about Bobo Balde, about Alan Thompson, Neil Lennon, Craig Bellamy, and the pressures of footballers that they're quick enough for us to criticise as what we're doing now, but we never praise. And you know what? I'm gonna give the squad some praise tonight. I'm gonna give the squad some, recognition of the good work they done today to get the 3 points. And I know, as I said, I'm not jumping on any gravy Nancy train. I'm just happy that I can go to bed tonight, or you can go to bed knowing our team won. That's the most important thing right now. That's the most important thing. I said I pop on. As I said, it's quite late. Quite late. Usually I get on a bit earlier. I've been busy, but in positive ways. Positive ways. So get the comments in. Let's see what there is here. Green Eagle Football says we need at least 2 strikers in January. 100%. I think we need more than two strikers, to be honest with you. I think we need a lot. I think we really need to restructure the squad, but it's going to be hard to clear out players in January. I know there's 3 clubs interested in Yang. I know Birmingham and Norwich have renewed their interest in Yang. I just think, first of all, the first thing you do is drop Schmeichel to the bench and bring Sansalo in. I'd like to see Luke McCown playing more. I thought Luke McCown was a bit more effective today. I thought it was good to see Benjamin Negrin get a goal as well. I'm not going to put Benjamin Negrin in that category of the replacement for Nicholas Kuhn. I know when we bought him for 600k, a lot of people looked at it at that around that time frame that he was Kuhn's replacement, and I thought that as well, because obviously he played a lot on the right and the left for Notchland, but he scored some decent goals, and it could have been well more today. There could have been more goals. Greta Gibb, how are you getting on? Yeah, 100%. That's it. I completely agree with you there. It's a good comment. Ian, how are you getting on? Ian Milmore. Folks, as I said, thanks very much for the likes. I really appreciate you tuning in this late tonight. I know it's a Sunday night. Where's that comment again? One swallow does not make a summer. Nancy was still not for me, but delighted for the boys. 100%, as I said, he's not home and dry any shape or form yet. He may got his tap on the back saying well done, but if he wants to win the Celtic fans over, he's got to win games. He's got to be a bit more better conducting himself in press conferences. Definitely, that's something that he's to work on. He's got to show more passion on the show on the sidelines of like, come on, you're managing one of the best football clubs in the world, passionate football clubs in the world. You need to start getting behind it. Look at Ronnie Doyle. Ronnie Doyle used to go absolute nuts. Why can Will Nancy not do that? This is what happened. Look, remember Andrew in his first little. Remember that? That kind of stuff. That stuff buys fans in. I know it kind of looks as a PR shit, but that's how you get fans inside. Like, Gio, hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas, Keith, when it comes. Don't you worry, I'll do come on Christmas and do a quick video and stuff, chatting to you. It's always good to get interaction in. As I said, I'm trying to get back into this gig more than I can, because a lot of people have been saying it to me. Keith, you need to start doing more videos, regardless. Would you have Kyogo back if the rumours true came in? Look, I wouldn't take Kyogo back. Even though a couple of people said, you suit our system and all this. The guy is struggling at confidence. This is the problem. And I'm trying to say this in the most honest, clearest way as I can. We need to stop looking backwards. Jota's back. He's injured at the moment. Tierney's back. Starting to pay off a bit, even though he's had to score some big goals over the last kind of month and so for Celtic. Even though I know, fair enough, we were beaten by Hearts, he still scored that day. It was a consolation. He's scoring for Scotland. Do you know what? I'm actually going to show you something. You give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I want to show you something, folks. I got this the other day. For the World Cup. Even though I'm an Irish man, I'm literally hoping and praying Ireland get into the World Cup in America. I really am. I really, really am. And Troy Parrott made me cry. Emotional. That was one of the most emotional. Probably my favourite football moment this year was Troy Parrott's hat-trick against Hungary. And I know there's been good moments for Celtic, but not a lot in 2025, to be honest, which there's been more stale moments in the head. And I know that sounds very glorified and glory hunter, doesn't it? But yeah. So I got this for me. I got this from your other half. Well, it's more, I call it for me. I got this for her. Look at this bad boy. Scotland jersey. I ended up getting Robbo on the back of it. I think Robbo's been a phenomenal captain for Scotland. Good leader for your country. And it's a nice top. It's not bad. I hope Ireland get into the World Cup. But I'll be cheering on the Tartan Army because of obviously Scottish blood in me. And obviously me missus is Scottish as well. So I hope he's like me little jersey there. Little jersey. What do you think of it? I'd have Kyogo back, might as well, given. Well, look at. You know what? I think Kyogo. The whole thing with Kyogo, to be honest with you, is his agent had his head messed up. His agent wanted to get him the move so he can milk up the cash. Wolf Toner says Ronnie was the nutter, but he was useless. Ronnie Doyle won his 2 league titles and a League Cup. Yeah, he could have had trebles, and while Aberdeen weren't great, and Rangers were down. But the most important thing is, Kyogo wanted to move on. He said wasn't in it, and I don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful for what Kyogo done with Celtic and stuff like that. Because Class. Ireland in the World Cup will be a great summer. Hope so. Hope so. Hope Ireland get to it. Get to it. If not, I'll be wearing this jersey. I have a Canada jersey in there with Alistair Johnson on it, and I'll be wearing I always like Mexico in the World Cup all the time, so rid of that. I didn't want to be wearing that on the podcast tonight because you get people you'll actually get a couple of gobshites like, oh, he's meant to be Irish. Why is he wearing a Scotland jersey? Oh, he's a disappointment to you. Look at him, he's like Robbie Keane, jumps on everything he does. That's what you get. You get them type of shite bags. Fuck it. But yeah. See what they say. I'm not one on to have opinions on managerial stuff, but it's not a job I could do. But I hope things pick up. Look, all I can say is football results, positive results give positive opinions on people. Negative results will give negative opinions. And I know I done a video earlier on the shorts, and I said it could be a really bad day today. It could be feeling up for a really bad day, and a part of me, I'm not gonna lie, a part of me was like, if he loses, I hope he goes. But the board are not gonna sack him because the board want money. But same time, I don't want Celtic to lose because I love Celtic, and I don't want to be going through another defeat and misery. Definitely don't want to be getting home to my house tonight and feeling sad and feeling going into Christmas that we're failing as a club or failing and all that. The thoughts of it makes me upset, that way. But we're not feeling like that tonight, folks. We're feeling we're on. Are we jumping on the Nancy gravy train? Not yet. No Nancy, no party. No Nancy, no party. Definitely not yet. Yeah, he has to win against Livy. He has to win against Motherwell. He's got to beat Rangers, and if he can win a league title, it could be forgotten about. But that's a long, long, long time away. A long time away. We gotta win games. We gotta show that why we're the fucking champions of Scotland and stop conceding stupid goals. Stop having Kasper Schmeichel in goal and start playing football the Glasgow Celtic way. Hunger, conviction, aggressive style of football. Right in their faces, hitting them bars, going into the goal, smashing players up, and be disciplined as well. Show them why. Show the rest of the league. Show the rest of the world why Celtic have been dominant. Stop this. Stop having these opinions from outside Scottish football. Think that they're all about it. They know why are Celtic fans so self-entitled, because we've been dominant for that long. Maybe because when you hit the benchmark, you gotta work on your resources to stay at that benchmark. Do I think Celtic are a treble winning team? No. I think that's very I think people putting pressure on the team to deliver a treble. You can't win a treble every season. Your bread and butter is your league. And if you have a good cup run, fair enough, and take it from there. But folks, stop thinking about trebles. Fair enough, the treble's gone now because after getting beaten by St. Mirren. But in general, like, people go into campaigns like, oh, we're going to win the treble this year. Going to stick. I was like, stop. Let's fucking win the league. Take care of yourself, Greta. Agree, Sean. I'm not a Navy fan at all. What's this? I can't. These messages. See, because I'm doing it on my phone, I'm trying to go across. A centre back is needed, then a striker. Look at Trusty played well. You can't fault Trusty today. Thought he played pretty decent. Looks more comfortable in that formation. But I was thinking earlier on, like, what if Carter Vickers comes back in the fall when he's fit again? That could be March. Get him in for the kind of going into the split. Will we see Carter Vickers getting that role? Personally, I think it's time to cash out on Carter Vickers in the summer. I think Carter Vickers' time at Celtic is done. I think he's a player who's dropped the tools about a year ago. I don't know, you're probably asking me, would he suit that system? Same time, new managers might get sparks out of certain individuals. But don't know if Nancy be around now in March. Look, I don't wish any manager to be sacked. I really don't. But as I said, he needs to conduct himself in a better manner. He needs to win games. He needs to, if he's if he's selling his vision to the players and they're buying into it, the results will come, and the fans will buy into the vision. I know it sounds very cringy and cliche, but do we need to be more patient with this manager, or is it just covering the cracks with this victory? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. So I'm enjoying this live tonight. It's been over a half an hour. I don't care. There's 15 people on. What matters is your comments. Your comments. Fans doing the other night was disgraceful. Doing that the other night. What do you mean fans doing it the other night? Shouting at the boards? Or shouting Nancy, get the F? They're frustrated, Sean. You need to understand. This has been a turmoil of absolute misery for some fans. And I know some fans are not used to losing, but these fans are paying their hard-earned cash to go to these games, and you know, the way we've lost the games is being disgraceful, and the players have to take blame for it as well because they're the ones that are not turning up and living up to the standards of playing for Glasgow Celtic. Shouting at Nancy, his crap should be blamed on the board. Look, I said this the other night. The board are probably the biggest crook. The board are the fault for this. The board are the fault of the shame, the misery we've gone through. I looked at pictures of Trongate of us celebrating in May. That seems like about 4 years ago. That's the God honest truth. It's a results business, and as I said, if he gets wins, he's getting victories. Positive feedback will come. Positive opinions will come. If he doesn't get wins and he's dropping points, the team get criticised, the manager get criticised, and most of all, we should be anyway, no matter what, there should be all focus on blaming the board for having us in this position of changing into having three different people in the dugout halfway through a season. It's just crazy. Crazy it is. For failing in the European in the Champions League qualifiers, failing to taking the transfer window quite serious, failing to approach Almaty, failing to beat Rangers at Ibrox. We looked like we were holding out for a draw that day. Failing to beat Hearts twice. Look at no disrespect to Hearts. Hearts are probably the most hungriest team in Scotland at the moment because they have a new manager and we have a new manager. But McInnes knows the club, knows the league inside out. He's hungry to knock Celtic and Rangers off some sort of dominance in Scottish football. Rangers have only won it once, let's be honest, in that history, but they look hungry. They look hungry, and we need to get that little spark. We need that spark. Even the timing of him coming in. But the thing was, Sean, he came out and said it today. I don't know if you've seen the post-match reaction. He came out and said today he wanted to come in this time because at this particular time in the season, because he wanted to assess the squad and see what we need to strengthen and stuff. My honest opinion, I will be doing transfer videos over the next couple of weeks of who we should sign. Right now, I haven't done enough homework on it. I haven't looked into this Palestinian striker for Columbus Crew. I haven't looked at hot picks of the MLS. I haven't looked at but I would say as a fan like you, we do need to drop a keeper. We do need a centre back. We need two new strikers. I would punt Yamada. I would obviously Inamura is going to be going back to Japan. I would get rid of Yang. Even though I thought Yang has been, even though he played well today, he was a big contribution towards the first goal. I would just cash in him because at the end of the day, it's the inconsistency of Yang. Even though he was fantastic over in Rotterdam, thought he was brilliant that night. It's the regular form you need. If he's gonna suit his style, suit his play, he's gonna have to do the nitty gritty work as well. So tell us where these are all from. There's 21 years tuning in. There's been 16 likes. Please, let's get this up to. There's 21. Let's get it to 21 likes. Simple as. I'd pay more. 100%. Bornsy boy, hope you're doing well. Dave, it's good to see you in, by the way. Hope you're doing good, David. Great to see you in. Some really familiar names in here tonight. A big shout out to everyone that's contributing with the comments. Let me know what you'd like me to talk about on the channel more. Let me know. Let me know. Put an idea out. Would you like me to do a jersey night? Rate jerseys. Top 10 best players that we've had since 2000. Worst players since the 2000s. You have five great moments since 2015. That type of stuff, you know. Top 5 Celtic quotes, that kind of stuff. I love to come out of the L bubble. James Forrest is a legend. The guy is an absolute hero. Well, speaking of James Forrest, I'll show you something, James Forrest. Look at this. Jesus, my floors are squeaky as Ibrox. There we go. I got this from my missus a couple of years ago. Now we were moving stuff around in the hall, and the picture frame fell, and the picture frame broke. But I'm going to get a new one for her. But this is Jamesy Forrest when he got the 100 goals signed by Jamesy. Lovely guy, absolutely lovely guy. Got the pleasure to meet him last year. We have James Forrest's autobiography in there as well. So many James Forrest stuff in this house. It's unreal. But lovely guy, and he obviously sent a personal message to me from my missus for her birthday last year, wishing her a happy birthday. So she thought it was AI. I was like, it's not fucking AI. I was like, I know his best mate. Jesus Christ, he's been following me a long time. I'm not going to get an AI video of James Forrest done, am I? Harry the hamster. But Kyogo back. Would he suit the style of football? Why should we be taking a player back that's struggling with form? Let's be honest. Struggling with form, you know. Lindsay Greenwood's laughing. Everyone in the house is laughing at me. Everyone in the house. I'm showing Scotland jerseys tonight. I'm showing signed James Forrest stuff. What's next? Me with the European Cup on my head backwards. You know, we've got some decent stuff in this sitting room. We've got Kurt Cobain on the wall. We've got Father Ted Crilly in the frame. You know, we've got Nancy. We've got Wilfred Nancy on the wall now. Not a dartboard. He might get that red circle away from his head soon if he keeps winning games. You know, it's all positive vibes, folks. Positive vibes. You know, gotta keep it going now. I ain't on that gravy train just yet, lads. I loved Kyogo. Drop it into me in Donecarney. I'll make a frame for you. Make a frame. Funny enough, do you know Donecarney Church? That's where I was baptised. I was baptised in Donecarney Church. My nanny used to live in Casino Park. Donecarney has a special part in my heart. Jeez, I wouldn't mind. You know, I wouldn't mind. What was the name of the Chinese there? Was it Chopsticks? Was it on the Malahide Road? Was it Chopsticks? I'm talking about curries here. I'm on a Celtic podcast. It's only me that comes up with this type of stuff. This is why people like watching me, even though I'm meant to be getting down to the gritty football stuff. You know, 6 months. I don't know. I last time I looked up Kyogo stats, it was like 18 games, in the English Championship, and he hasn't scored. Like, I feel sorry for him. I really do, because I thought he was going to go down there and rip it up. Like, it didn't work out for him at Rennes. It was a strange move, wasn't it? The whole Rennes one for Kyogo. But Kyogo, we need that Derby striker, don't we? We need, you know. I just feel like if we're going backwards, I feel like we're going backwards with it, you know, that way. I know for a fact if I turn around and set my missus, would you take Kyogo back? She'll be like, nah, Keith. I'm sick of this PR stunt, getting players back all the time. Why can we not move forward, you know? That's it. Squeaky as Ibrox. That's it. What the floor was. The, the floor needs to be sorted. You know, break the bank account, start getting new wooden floors in the gaff. Only joking. It's grand. It's grand. I'm right beside it, Keith. Yes, Rock is chipper. See, that's it. Ah, look, Casino Park holds a special heart, special place in my heart. I'm not looking for an X Factor sympathy story, folks, in any shape or form. It was my Nana's anniversary yesterday of 3 years since I lost her. So, um, yeah, crazy to think, innit? The people come and go, in your life, and you just have to, you always have to remember their legacy. She's a good woman, funny person, But yeah. Kyogo, Dembele, Edward will be better than the shit we have. Look at Odson. Odson was a good player, dropped his tails, but yet he scored 20 goals that season, his final season. I think it was actually over 20 goals. Moussa Dembele, what a guy. What an absolute guy. I was very critical of Dembele, I know, fair enough, he scored in the Champions League qualifier and all, he done all right against Astana and all that. But we see when the derby, when he scored that hat trick, oh god, that's when he sold to me. I was like, the big moose, 600k for Big Moussa. I'm getting tears in my eyes talking about Moussa Dembele here. Oh god, they were the good days. They were the gravy train days, folks. They were good days. The famous picture, the three fingers. The three fingers. I swear if I had bleeding, scary movie hands here trying to do me strong hand. But yeah, great. Big Moussa. What a guy. Who else? Does someone else say the comments in this? Someone else about a striker or something. We see something here about a striker. Thoughts are with you, lad. I'll be grand. Look, as I said, this is not an X Factor simply story. People come and go. We're not robots. People sadly go, and it's a part of life, But yeah, she was a good person. We need another Dembele. Big Moussa still follows the hoops and loves the Celtic. He's a good lad. I used to love the French resistance at Celtic. The big Christopher Julien, Moussa Dembele, and Odson Edward. I know they were all different spells around that. Yakamakis. Oh, I'd kill for big Georgios back. The big Yak Mac. Yak Mac he was just a grafter. I know people always say like, oh, Yakamakis came with big goals and stuff like that. But one of my favourite moments of Yakamakis, he even scored that day. The way he conducted himself in Ibrox, the day when we beat them 2-1, you could just see he was absolutely burnt out towards the end of the game. He held up the ball, he stuck, he won loads of free kicks, he was just in there. That's what we need. We need a big, he couldn't remind me of big Jan Vennegar or Hesselinka in that performance, Jan Vennegar. Esselink. Oh, Jesus Christ. Only my Celtic podcast I will start singing. Lee Griffiths, good player. Sadly, obviously, Lee and his personal life obviously affected his Celtic career. Very grateful for Lee's goals and his contribution to the Celtic shirt. I thought he had a lot of potential. Some cracking goals, some good performances and stuff like that, See, you needed. That's how you need. See, you all need to give him time. Hey, look, hold on a minute, right, Mackenzie. If you're talking about Wilfred Nancy, look, this is. I think people need to relax here for a minute, right? He needs to win games. He needs to win his next 3 games if he has a chance of staying at Celtic beyond this season. Because going into this Christmas period, it's going to be difficult. Livy away is going to be a hard one. Especially Motherwell. I'm dreading the Motherwell game. I'm dreading the Motherwell game more than I'm dreading the Rangers game, to be honest with you. Because, let's be honest, Motherwell are on form. They're on good form. Yeah. The Rangers game won't take care of itself. You got to turn up and be hungry and aggressive. And 3 at the back, going to be hard. but we could utilise it and hopefully get there. Ferguson on loan till June from Roma. We won't look. I don't think Celtic will break the bank to get Evan Ferguson. Look at Evan Ferguson ripped us asunder in the Europa League. 2 lovely goals as well. Liam Scales, he just made made Liam Scales look like F.A. Ambrose on a bad night, really bad night. We all remember F.A. Ambrose playing that night against Juventus after the AFCON. Oh, that stints in my head. Why did we not play Thomas Ronya that night? I just really don't get the logic behind that. I really don't. Unreal. See, I do have a brain. I can remember final games as well. The squad are not shit. Excuse me, Jesus Christ. The squad just needs a bit of TLC. That's what they need. They need to get that WD-40 on them and start waking up. And I would love to take Troy Parrott. He's doing well over in Alkmaar. He's doing really well, and obviously gave me one of the best nights of my life as well. I'm sitting here watching it, and they're screaming like, "He's at the scorn! He's at the scorn! I can't believe it! I cannot believe it!" In tears. But yeah, good times. Look at, hopefully we're on the mend, folks. But anyways, I really enjoyed the live tonight. I better go to bed. Work tomorrow. I'll try to get back on tomorrow night and have a chat with you for about 40 minutes or so. Really appreciate every single one of you going over for the derby. I live here in Scotland, so I don't know if I'll be able to get a ticket for the derby. All I can do is ask around. There's a better chance of me winning the Euro Millions, because it's not. Look, I'm not going to get a ticket for the derby. Let's be honest. I'm not going to get a ticket for the derby. A better chance to win the lot. Definitely. Well, I appreciate you watching the live. Please give me a like up there. Really appreciate it if you could. And I'll chat with you tomorrow night. Up the Celts. Finally a win. Out of misery. We're out of jail, but come on. Bring on the next one. Bring on the Livy. Hell.